I'm good. How are you?
Good. We'll take our first question from James Lynch with the score.
Hey, Claudia. First off, how happy are you to just be here during fight week and have a fight come up? I know you've had a lot of fights that have been canceled or rescheduled. It must be good to just finally be here.
I'm so happy finally, right? Like, even though we living through crazy times right now, I stayed very consistent with my training, my nutrition, and it was kind of tough to have a fight camp during this quarantine, but we made it happen, you know, and I'm ready for Saturday night.
And I want to say it's been over a year now that you've been working with Mark Henry. What would you say you've improved on the most since being at that camp?
So my phone just showed me today that a year ago I was driving from Las Vegas to New Jersey, and I was like I had a lot of big transitions in my life, and driving across the country to train with Mark Henry and Ricardo has been such of a huge impact in my career. Like I said, it's been a year that I've been working a lot of new things, like bringing new tools to my game and changing mindsets, changing a whole philosophy of training. And it's been amazing. I love Mark Henry. I love Ricardo. I feel like um, they treat me like a daughter. I'm they love me so much there, and I feel like this is what I was missing in my career. I left Brazil a couple of years ago to move to America to find good training, but my family is over there. My friends are over there, and I miss everybody so much. I'm the only reason why I'm here. It's for my growth. It's to become a better athlete, a better fighter, you know, because this is what makes me a better person. And I I miss home so much. So having Ricardo and Mark and Frankie Edgar, all the everybody I have in my New Jersey family helps me a lot here in America.
How is your family back home, just with everything that's going on?
My parents are they in their 70s. They quarantined. They are scared of what's going on. Especially where they are right now, like in the northeast of Brazil. It's very dangerous right now. So they are over there, and it's tough, tough times, but at least they healthy now.
And how much of a boost was it seeing your teammate Sajara Eubanks win last night? Really dominant
It was
victory.
amazing. So actually, for this camp, Sajara moved to my house, and we were beating the shit out of each other the entire camp, and the girl lost to spar. So in the like every morning we would wake up and like, what we doing today, Sajara? She would say we sparring. So we spar so much. We grew up so much, like we learned so much about each other, and we quarantined together. And I have a gym in my house, and that's the way the camp was.
Was she a good roommate?
Good roommate too, yeah.
That's good. And there's a lot of uncertainty right now with the strawweight division. We don't know what's happening with Jessica Andrade and Rose Namajunas. We have Tatiana Suarez still on the sidelines with injuries. Do you feel like an impressive win here could potentially get you in the title picture, just with
Yeah,
everything that's kind of logjam right now?
I've been in the top for so long, and like I said, I had a lot of big transitions in my life. I had a lot of things going on in the last couple of years, and I was figuring out a lot of things in my life, and that's where my losses came from. Like we're talking about the UFC, it's the biggest organization for MMA in the world. Of course, you're gonna find people that match and know what to do to beat you. But like I feel like most of my losses in my career were from things that were going on in my life, so I feel like now I got the right training, the right people around me. I have the right mindset to get back to the top. And I'm a pioneer in the sport. Like I said, I've been in the top for so long. I've been doing this for so long that I feel like I deserve another chance for the title.
Looking forward to the fight on Saturday. I thank you so much for the time.
Thank you.
Next, we'll go to Nolan King from MMA Junkie. Nolan, go ahead.
Claudia, my first question for you. Let's talk about the matchup with Angela Hill a little bit. When her name came across your table and you signed the contract, I mean, what was going through your mind, and how do you view the matchup now with her?
Um, I was I had a fight lined up against Marina Rodriguez. You know, after that my nightmare that happened in January with Alexa Grasso that she didn't make weight, it was kind of like I was frustrated, you know, because I spent like 3 months in New Jersey through the winter training so much for that fight, and she didn't make weight. So I was like, shit, what am I gonna do now? And Marina Rodriguez stepped in, but she asked for a little bit of time. So like I was expecting to fight in February or March, but she asked for April or May. So the fight was booked to May 2nd. And then with this whole thing going on now with the coronavirus, they canceled the fight. And then they couldn't bring Marina to America. So um, they talked to Angela Hill. She said she needed a couple more weeks to get ready because she wasn't really training. And I was like, well, at this point, you know, I'll fight anybody. You know, if she steps in, let's go, let's do this.
And her big thing right now is that she's going to be taking her 7th fight in 14 months. She seems to jump in here all the time. If given the opportunity, would you like to kind of get on that type of pace? I know UFC President Dana White wanted you to wait a little bit after your last fight to kind of let the weight cut. Not for you not to have to cut weight again. But would you like to be as active as her? Do you think that's something you would be interested in?
I feel like my health is way more important than all of this. You know, of course, fighting. It's my life. It's my career. It's what makes me a better person, a better athlete. You know, like, but my health is way more important. You know, like as long as I'm healthy, making weight every other month, I would be cool with that. You know, but I don't think it's healthy for me to like drop 15 pounds every other month.
For sure. My last question for you, if I'm a fan and I tune into this fight or sit down, if I'm cage side working there, what kind of fight do you think I'll see from you guys come Saturday?
I feel like Angela's gonna like come after, you know, like she's very confident right now because she won her last couple fights, you know, but I'm a different breed, you know, like like I said, I've been fighting for so long. I have a lot of experience, you know, and if she comes forward, she'll find a nightmare.
Appreciate the time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we'll go to Gabriel Gonzalez with Cage Side Press. Gabriel, go ahead.
Hi, Claudia. So obviously the division is coming off a very big fight with Weili and Joanna. Just as a competitor in the division, I want to know what were your thoughts watching that fight?
It was a great fight. Beautiful performance by both fighters. You know, they showed a lot of heart, a lot of technique. You know, one of the best fights I ever seen in my life, you know, and that's inspiring, you know. I'm pretty sure everybody in the division is like watching this and going back to the gym hungry, trying to get better to step in there in the same way.
Just as a competitor, when you see a champion like Weili, she's kind of new to everyone knowing about her, but obviously very good. I mean, as a fighter, do you get excited about the challenge? What is it like knowing that's the target at the end of the road?
I feel like when like the top fighters in a division are giving everything to become better, everybody else step up and tries to do the same, you know, like this is what separates the top of the division to the rest of the division. You know, it's the hunger and what you doing to become better every day, you know. So when you see great performances like that, it only inspires you to do the same, to become better, and you know, and to step in there and do the same thing.
Gotcha. Claudia, so we know you were living with Sarge, and obviously there's a lot of training and staying in shape. But can you talk about what were the other things you were doing while in quarantine? Like, did you start watching some TV? Did you pick up a new hobby? Anything like that?
Oh man, like my life didn't change that much, you know, during this quarantine because I have a crazy work ethic, you know, I work a lot and I feel like my day since the time I wake up to the time I go to sleep, I have a routine that it's gonna make me a better athlete, you know. So um I don't need much to make that happen, you know. Like I read a lot, I watch a lot of tape and I train a lot and I try to hang out with a little bit of people that I know um are people that are good for my life, you know. So it didn't change much for me. And having Sajara in the house was amazing because like we would wake up every day and look to each other and like, let's go, let's do this. And we would train our day all day and then do our own thing.
Final question. Everyone's talking about that in the arena because there's no fans, it's so quiet and everyone's listening to the commentators and almost getting advice from there also. Have you thought about what it's going to be like, the experience with no fans?
Yeah, actually, like I started fighting when the women's division was not in the UFC, right? And um, it was back in like 2008, I think. And I fought in various more organizations in Brazil where there was not a lot of people watching, you know. So it's kind of like bringing me back those memories, and I feel like I'm gonna be okay with it, especially because also I was part of the Ultimate Fighter 23rd, and I had the experience of being there with my fighters for 6 weeks, so it's kind of like the same.
Thank you, Claudia.
Welcome.
All right, that's it, Claudia. Thank you so much.
Thank you.